DanganRonpa.
Hey there guys, the Team here. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Danganronpa. In the last episode, we went to Monokuma himself and had him make us allow us to do a retry of Mukuro Ikusaba's trial, since last time it was all just a farce. And he told us that it's alright, but instead of just solving her murder, we also have to solve every mystery in the school. So now we're going to go around investigating everything about the school. All the doors have been unlocked, so we're free to explore to our heart's content. I also want to say one other thing. This series isn't going to be going on much longer. I mean, including this episode, there's probably only going to be 3 more episodes left. Because I'm going to be dividing the trial up into 2 parts. Yeah. But anyway, let's start with locked areas. So first off, the second floor of the dormitory, or the dorms. The shutters have been raised. At long last, we can finally go to the second floor. And that means I've got to check it out. This is the second floor? It's like I stepped into some ruins. No, it's more like I just stepped onto a battlefield. It's like the place was bombed or something. Pretty crazy, huh? Only door over here that's still intact is this one. I peeked through a crack in the door and quickly shut it again. There are no signs of it having ever been a shower. It's just a pile of rubble. I don't want to leave one room yet. Let's look at the bed then. The bed is in tatters. No, I wouldn't even call it a bed anymore. Just oversized garbage. Now we gotta... So I guess there's nothing in this room then. Doesn't look like it. For some reason I thought there was something in that room. Oh well. Alright, next up, let's go... bathrooms. Let's go all the way down to the end of the hall. This room over here. This doesn't look much like a student's room. I'd say it feels more sophisticated. This is the headmaster's bedroom. Whoa, Kirigiri! What are you doing here? I took a fine-tooth comb to this room once already, but something's still nagging at me. So I wanted to give it one more good run over. Something's nagging at her. Obviously it's this. There's a crack or something in here in the wall. A mistaken design, or a screw-up in the construction? It's not just a crack. There's air flowing in from the other side. Air? There's almost certainly an open space on the other side of that wall. An open space. Like a hidden room? I have an idea of how to open the door. Did you figure out how to open the door? Is there some kind of mechanism or something? It's a very simple mechanism. Actually, I would hesitate to even call it that. There's a program on that computer over there that looks like it does it. The door should open if you give it the correct password in. However, I haven't the faintest what it could be. All I know is that you can only input letters and numbers. Beyond that, I'm stuck. Not a lot to go off of, huh? I dug through some of his personal files on the computer and tried a number of things, but no such luck. I just learned far more about that man than I ever wanted to know. A complete waste of time. There's a computer on the desk. Looks like it's powered on. It seems that man did a lot of research into super duper high school despair. The data he collected is still on this computer. So there's information here? It's not very impressive information, simply what I told you before. That super duper high school despair is not a person, but a group. That they caused mankind's most despairingly maleficent and monstrous malefaction last year. And that they're despicable, depraved, and act purely for despair's sake. That's it. Like I said, not terribly impressive. Though I guess that's all I can reasonably expect out of the Kirigiri family dropout. But hey, it's information about the Puppet Master. Even just this much is a big help. I, for one, am thankful for him. I'm thankful to him for leaving here for us. I see. Well then, I'm glad for that. Hidden room, huh? Makes perfect sense that something like that would nag at her. I can't think of a place more likely to hide clues than a hidden room in the headmaster's room. And in her case, that might not be the only reason. But if we want to see what's in that room, we gotta figure out that password first. And if she couldn't do it, there's no way No, wait. Maybe, just maybe, I could. The headmaster's password. It's something she wouldn't have tried. Or something she doesn't want to try. Like, your name. What? I'm talking about the password. I thought that maybe... As I thought she hasn't tried it. That's not surprising. Going by her personality and the way she spoke about her father, there is no way she'd try her own name for his password. Hey, just to cover all our bases, is it alright if I try that? You don't need my permission. If there's something you want to try, help yourself. I'm not stopping you. Alright. Well, no harm in trying, right? I may have said I would try Kirigiri's name, but if it turns out I'm wrong, that could end up hurting her. You don't need to worry about me, Naegi. I already know you're wrong. Right. Then here goes nothing. I pulled myself back together and turned toward the monitor. I'll just put the password in here. Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands shook slightly as I pressed the keys, and when I hit the final button... Huh? It opened? It opened, Kirigiri, it opened! Why? Kirigiri? With a stern look on her face, she disappeared into the hidden room, not a glance in my direction. Kirigiri. Hey, Kirigiri. She didn't so much as glance in my direction. Her eyes were fixed on a single object. Gift box? It was bright and cheerful, and for that reason, that much more unusual. This cheerfully wrapped gift box is eerily out of place in this otherwise Spartan room. The more I look at it, the more off it feels. Is it safe to open? I've kinda got a bad feeling about it. But it's not like I can just not open it. Here goes. Don't let your guard down, Naegi. So it really is dangerous? I don't think you're any danger per se. I just think you'll be a bit surprised. Huh? If my suspicions are correct, the contents of that box are, at the very least, not something you derive pleasure from looking at. Wait, what are you hinting at? try not to scream. So it's something that might make me scream? How reassuring. Anyway, here goes! I marched over the table the box was sitting on. Whispered to myself, "You've got this." Placed my hand on the lid. Very slowly, cautiously I lifted it up. The room's light began to spill into the box, and I took a peek inside. Gah! Completely ignoring Kirigiri's warning, I let out a shrill cry. Bones. Inside the box. There were human bones. It hadn't even crossed my mind that this might be what was hidden beneath the cheerful wrapping. Of course, it hadn't. Who could have predicted? Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have even guessed? I mean, there was a human skeleton in there! I didn't exactly suspect there would be a skeleton inside. Just a dead body. It's all the same! There is a dead body! My father. Huh? What about him? The contents of that box. That skeleton. That corpse. Belongs to my father. That is his final resting place. No way! That? He's Kirigiri's dad? The very same dad she came here looking for? Hold on a second. How do you know? How would you know that that's your dad? Taking into consideration all the information we've gathered up to this point, it couldn't be anyone else. Yes, yes. 16 students in the Coliseum. Only them. It's highly likely the headmaster's inside the school. However, the only living humans to set foot in the academy are us 16 students. Put 2 and 2 together, it's highly likely that my father is inside the academy, dead. It adds up. Kirigiri maintained her calm and Okay, whatever. Her calm and her composure as she made her analysis. No, that wasn't exactly right. Rather, she was clearly feigning her calm and composure. She may have just said, just as I thought, this, and I suspected that, but somewhere deep inside, she was hoping she would be wrong. After all, she never once even tried to look inside. From the beginning, she said she came to meet her dad so she could clear the books on their past. But the Kirigiri I know wouldn't. The Kirigiri I know wouldn't sacrifice her pride for something so superficial. I couldn't help but think that. So something else we need to look at here. This picture over here. Hey, there's a picture here. It's pretty faded, so I'm guessing it's fairly old. I wonder, is this a picture of... Hey, Kirigiri! Why do you always have to make things so difficult? I came all this way to clear the books on our past, and yet, you go and show me something like this, after all this time. What do you want from me? So I was right. That's a picture of Kirigiri as a child. And the fact that he's always held on to it means the headmaster must never have stopped thinking about her. Why? Just why? I came all this way so I could put a close to our past. So I could cut you out of my life for good, like you discarded me from yours. But you've gone and disappeared again. You've stolen away my only chance to forget. You really are a despicable father. Kirigiri. So bad for Kirigiri. Anyway, just look at the desk too. The headmaster's desk. It definitely seems like a place I could find valuable information. Let's get a closer look. But it's Kirigiri's dad's desk, and I'd feel kind of... How about you stop worrying about me and check it out if you really want to? Are you sure? Do I have any right to interfere with your investigation? Alright. I opened each drawer in order, from top to bottom, checking the contents as I went. Every single one of them was filled with work-related papers and documents, except the very bottom drawer. Look at this. It's an Electro ID, and it says emergency use. An emergency use Electro ID inside a desk, in a hidden room, in the headmaster's bedroom. It's a universal restriction-free Electro ID. In a sense, it's like another master key. Or so I suspect. That's about what I had in mind, too. It could come handy in your investigation. Why don't you hang on to it? But you... I have no use for it. If you don't want it either, then just leave it here. In that case, I'll take it. Should I really be doing this? Hey, Naigi. Can I ask you something? I have a favor to ask of you. A favor? I know it's not my place to ask this of you. And I know I'm only hindering your progress, but... May I ask you to leave? Huh? I'd like to be alone for a bit. Just a moment is fine. Kirigiri, you don't need to worry about me. I just want to collect myself. I just want some time to sort through my feelings. Hey, you know how before you told me about your relationship with your dad? You said you were connected by blood, but not by heart. But, he made his work his life, taking comfort in that picture, thinking I might one day come to see him. Is that what you think? While you're probably correct, it doesn't make things right. A single photograph doesn't change everything that happened leading up to this moment. This is not a problem with so simple a solution. Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll get back to the investigation as soon as I've pulled myself together. So, for just a little bit, let me be alone. Yeah. Sure. Well, see you later. Should I really have just left her there? She's gotta be in shock right now. I mean, even I was caught way off guard. I never expected to find the headmaster in that condition. There's no doubt in my mind that the puppet master is responsible. He killed that headmaster, Kirigiri's father. He killed him. The headmaster is dead. But he was wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the puppet master, which means the puppet master's true identity. It's one of the 16 students, yes. The 15 of us gathered in the entrance hall, plus Mukuro Ugusaba makes 16. Of those original 16, 6 students, me included, are still alive. Everyone else was murdered. Even Mukuro Ugusaba. She, too, was undoubtedly murdered. To summarize, me, Togami, Hagakure, Fukawa, Asahina, and Kirigiri are the only 6 people still alive in Kibogamina Academy. Then that means... No! That can't be right! I won't accept that. There has to be some other possibility. There just has to be. Alright. We're almost done here on the second floor of the dorms, so let's just look at Egyptian eye. Let's go into here with a little giraffe in the locker. I don't get it either. This appears to be a locker room. These lockers must have been used by the students who came before us. So first things first, let's look in this locker. You know, one of the ones that seems to still be able to open. Damn, it's locked. There's a card reader just above the handle. This probably controls the lock. You know, this reminds me of the card readers outside the pool changing rooms. As I recall, those card readers are activated by our Electro IDs. So maybe this does too. No harm in trying. I pulled out my Electro ID and placed it over the card reader. And then, no such luck. Probably only works with the owner's Electro ID, so ours aren't going to do any good. Hold on a sec. What about the emergency use Electro ID I found hidden in the headmaster's room? It's worth a shot. So why don't you fucking do it, Nagi? I placed the emergency use Electro ID atop the locker's card reader and... Awesome! I was right! Alright, now to look inside. This locker is not the picture-perfect model of cleanliness. Whoever this locker belonged to probably wasn't the most organized person in the world. The scenery kind of looks a little like what someone here would use, doesn't it, guys? There's a pile of textbooks and notebooks here, and they're crazy dusty. I'm guessing whoever this is probably wasn't the best student. Not that I have any room to talk. Without giving it much thought, or really any thought, I grabbed one of the notebooks, and as soon as I saw it, that thoughtlessness vanished in an instant. What? Written on the cover of the notebook was the name Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is that the same Hagakure? Inside, the pages were lined with multiple classes worth of notes. Which is to say, he attended classes here? No, that's not possible. Hagakure just barely got here, just like me. And we got sucked into this pretty much right away. So there's no way he... Then what does that make this notebook? Very peculiar indeed. Alright, let's see what's in this locker then. Nada. Alright, this one. There's not a whole lot inside. It's one little notebook. A single notebook lies on an otherwise empty shelf. I don't see anyone's name on the cover, so I don't know whose this could be. But I am kind of curious to see what's written inside. Sorry, whoever's this is, but I'm taking a look. Judging from the handwriting, it's probably a girl's. Every letter is perfectly sized and perfectly spaced, almost like they've been measured out. I'm guessing she was pretty methodical. What? As I was flipping through the pages, my hand stopped, when a number of familiar words caught my attention. I decided to speak directly with the man who proposed the project, to convert Kibogamine Academy into a shelter for the students to live together. My father, the Kibogamine Academy headmaster, said this in response. The project's goal is to provide sanctuary for the brilliant minds who are our hope for the future. Only nature's blessed can overcome nature's wrath, and only hope can overcome despair. To say this project is our country's last hope would be no exaggeration. We must isolate our most exceptional youth from the tainted world to form the cornerstone for our future. That and that alone is our last hope, and I would like you to be a part of it. That's what my father said. He's as self-centered and inconsiderate of others' opinions as always. He really is a despicable father. No way. It was obvious whose notebook I was holding. Kirigiri's. It couldn't belong to anyone else. But if this is Kirigiri's notebook, then why was it inside this locker? Furthermore, the contents of the notebook don't line up with what she's told me. She said she hasn't seen her father since he left home when she was a child. I decided to... Yes. We all remember that. It was just a couple seconds ago. Oh, sorry. What's going on? I frantically flipped through the notebook, looking for something to clear up the doubts swimming through my head. When I reached the final page, the questions filling my mind multiplied. What I saw there was more like hurried scribbles, a drastic change from the precise handwriting I saw before. What the hell? What does that mean? I have no idea. There's no way I could. So despair are among us. 2 of them. Well, the more I see, the less it all makes sense. I mean, didn't these lockers belong to students who came to Kibogamine Academy before us? So why, then, did I find their stuff in here? A notebook that seems to belong to Hagakure, and another one that looks like Kirigiri's. Surely there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. In any case, all I can do for now is continue investigating until I find that reason. I trust you guys. Alright, so we're done with the dormitories now. Next up... I think we're just gonna investigate all the new areas first. So we've done everything we can here. So next, let's check out all the things on the 4th floor. First, the headmaster's office. Alright, back to this intense investigation music. So this is the headmaster's office? I've heard stories, but this is the first time I've actually been inside. Decided to tag along, did you? Hey, Togami. Documents are scattered all over the floor. There's something kind of tragic about it. Oy vey, Nagi. Do you actually think someone of your status could even think so much as think of ignoring me? When we get out of here, you would be wise to remember your place. Fine. You showed up at the perfect time, Nagi. I found something rather intriguing. What'd you find? Look at this file. It was on top of that half-assed excuse for a fancy desk over there. Kibogamine Academy's 78th class. Student register? It contains student profiles for all 15 of us, as well as Mukuro Ikusaba. It seems Kibogamine Academy's 70th class refers to us. Then, the profile we found in Kirigiri's room. Ah, yes, that said 70th class as well, didn't it? More than likely, Kirigiri tore that from this file. And the fact that Mukuro Ikusaba's profile was filed alongside all of ours means there's room for questions. Mukuro Ikusaba was a new student here, just like us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. Kirigiri discovered her when she saw this file. In any event, it doesn't seem like she had much time. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm talking about when Kirigiri stole that profile. From the way it was torn and crumpled up, you can clearly tell she was in a rush. Well, yeah, she did sneak in here. But what about it? She was a little too hurried, it seems. Seeing as she only managed to get the first page. The first page? Mukuro Ikusaba's student profile is a total of 2 pages long. Huh? In other words, this file contains information about Mukuro Ikusaba that has yet to come to light. What kind of information? Look at it yourself. You don't need to ask me every little thing. What I will say is that it appears to be a report written by the headmaster himself. I don't know anything about the man, but he's left us quite the intriguing trail of breadcrumbs. As Togami spoke, I ran my eyes across the document. It seems a certain person, or people, had significant involvement in Mukuro Ikusaba's sudden return. He, or she, or they, are known as Super Duper High School Despair. At this time, it is unknown whether that name refers to an individual or an organization. What is known is that Mukuro Ikusaba is somehow connected to them. I've got a bad feeling about this. It seems I need to expedite my investigation into DHS-Despair. Furthermore, I believe extra careful attention should be paid to Mukuro Ikusaba and her actions. It may just be my instincts, but she's dangerous. Despite having walked numerous battlefields as a member of Fenrir, not a single wound or scar was found on her body during the medical examination upon enrollment. That fact alone serves as obvious testament to Mukuro Ikusaba's incredible aptitude as a soldier. Naturally, I want to trust her, as she is my student. But if, by any chance, she does turn out to be a danger to the other students, it would be prudent to have adequate countermeasures in place ahead of time. Mukuro Ikusaba is a member of Super Duper High School Despair. It seems like Kirigiri was right about that after all. In which case, that means she and the Puppet Master were working together. They were on the same side. But then, why? Why did the Puppet Master kill her? On top of that, she was apparently a skilled enough soldier to put the Headmaster on guard. So what? Did he catch her by surprise? Or is he even more fearsome than she was? What is it, Naegi? Huh? You appear to be deep in thought, but let me tell you one more thing. There's another piece of information in this file that you should pay extra attention to. And what would that be? You saw how there was a photograph attached to the profile, didn't you? A picture of a girl we've never seen before. A photo of the 70th class a photo of the member of the 70th class whom we've never seen. When you think about it like that, it should be simple to figure out who she was. Furthermore, there's additional information about her in the file. Height 169 centimeters, weight 44 kilograms, bust 80 centimeters, waist 55 centimeters, hip 82 centimeters. What do you think? What do I think? You're not referring to her proportions or something, right? Don't be foolish, you imbecile. I'm saying you should verify it later. Verify it with the body. As unlikely as it is, there's still a possibility. Possibility, in other words. He's saying the corpse might not actually be Mukuro Ikusaba's. I hardly believe it likely, but it's best to be absolutely certain. I'm counting on you. Figures, I'm the errand boy again. And we got our student profile. Also, I've got one last thing to tell you. To warn you about. I advise you heed it graciously. A warning for me? You and Kirigiri seem to be rather friendly with each other. I'm not sure if friendly is the right word, more like she's helped me out a bunch. You shouldn't place too much trust in her. What? Should you continue doing so, it'll likely come back and bite you in the ass. Why would you think that? Intuition. Intuition? My intuition is almost always right, but you're free to believe me or not. Okay, I'll keep it in the back of my mind. Oh, Tsugami. Alright, next up is the data processing room. Same floor, of course. Apparently, Asahina's inside already, so... Hey, Naegi, you here to investigate too? Yep, and you? I'm really curious about that Monokuma door, you know? So I was thinking that since all the doors are unlocked, we should be able to go in there too. But I was too nervous to open the door by myself. Cause, you know, it might blow up or something. Say you do it, Naegi. I know she doesn't mean any harm by it. Is she really okay with me getting blown up? Apparently it's everyone. No one is concerned, Naegi. Yakuya said it the first time you opened this door too. Ugh. Okay, I'm opening it. Ah, just 1 second. I'm gonna hide in case it blows up. As she said that, Asahina dashed away at full speed and slid underneath the desk. All clear. You can open up the door. She doesn't mean any harm. Right? Alright, here goes. I grabbed the knob tightly, turned and pushed. And the door opened with unexpectedly little resistance. Nothing exploded. However, my first impression of the room. Whoa! It's like something out of science fiction. You took the words right out of my mouth. There's a panel of some sort on the floor. Right now, I really want to check out that gigantic machine. What on earth is this? It's almost like some kind of control panel. It seems a bit over the top. It's like something out of a military complex. This is like a cockpit from a robot anime, doesn't it? If Yamato could see this, I bet he'd go nuts. A cockpit? A door with Monokuma on it. A control panel that looks like a cockpit. Then, could this be... Anyway, let's play around with it, yeah. I know what this button does. Wait, you can't just... But I was too late. Asahina already had her finger pressed down on one of the buttons. Huh? Did you hear something? I think it came from the room we were just in. Which button did you push, Asahina? I don't know what it does. But I think it was the one here that says Data Processing Room. Data Processing Room. Looking carefully at the panel, I noticed there was a list of buttons with room names written on them, including one that said Data Processing Room. That has to be the one she pushed. The Data Processing Room is the room outside. Plus, the weird sound we heard came from that way too. Maybe we should go check it out. Good idea, you go do it. I'm scared, so I'll stay here and cheer you on. I really want to look at this hatch, though. Alright. That sound, if my suspicions are correct. Hey, Monokuma. Came from Monokuma, right? Hey, you! Rawr! Rawr! Hand over all your donuts! Asahina, is that you? Huh? How'd you know? Anyway, what the heck is this? Is it like an RC car with a camera? You're controlling it, without knowing what it is? I can't see what I'm controlling from here. Ah, I found something! There's a button here that says self-destruct! Asahina, whatever you do, don't push that button! Oh, fine. You were going to push it? Anyway, that answers that. Now we know what the control panel in the adjacent room does. Alright, go get Hina now. So what was it, Naegi? Monokuma. Huh? What about him? The thing you were controlling. That was Monokuma. That was Monokuma? Ah! Really? No doubt about it. This control panel is for Monokuma. In other words, the Puppet Master has been operating Monokuma from this room. Right. Yeah. He uses this room. He controls Monokuma from inside this room. Plus, the surveillance monitors are in a different room than this control panel. So basically... That's right. The Puppet Master can't observe us and control Monokuma at the same time. She was right about that. But if the Puppet Master's been controlling Monokuma from this room, that means he's been in the school the entire time, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. But if that's the case... Yeah, we've heard this so many times already. Just 16 of us. Then one of those 16 has been controlling Monokuma? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. What's wrong, Naegi? You're scowling. Huh? Ah, no. It's nothing. Well, okay, if you say so. What about you, Asahina? Something the matter? This place gives me the creeps. This is where the Puppet Master hangs out, you know? For all we know, there could be all sorts of traps. Traps, huh? It's not impossible, but I'd really prefer there not be any. So, like, you wanna get out of here? There's still other places we need to check out. Yeah, alright. You're right. We can't just waste all our time on one room. Let's go. Okay. Wait, but first, the panel. Come on, Naegi, let's get out of here. Fine. I heard an unusual sound as the door to data processing room shut. Did you hear that? Ah, it's locked! The data processing room door is locked! What? I grabbed onto the knob I had just let go of. You're right. It's been locked. But why?
Of course the door's locked. The data processing room's been sealed off.
Monokuma!
Hey, that's not cool locking us out like that. This is for you guys' sake too, you know. Because if I left the door wide open, I wouldn't be able to move around. And just imagine how icky a place this would be without its mascot around.
Then as we suspected, that room was...
Right on the money, that's my control room.
Does that mean there's someone in that room controlling you right now?
Right on the money, honey.
You're full of crap. There wasn't anybody in that room when we were investigating it.
There wasn't? Ooh, poo-poo. Did you look real careful? Did you check any suspicious-looking doors?
No way! The panel on the floor?
Ooh, poo-poo. Sucks to be you. You guys missed your big chance. Well, in any event, the door on the floor locks from the inside, so you couldn't have opened it anyway. Anywho, the data processing room is now closed to investigation. So it's on you guys to take responsibility for your actions and let everyone else know. Ooh, poo-poo-poo. Catch you later.
He's gone. You think he's telling the truth, that the pub master was really hiding there? Well, the room's really been sealed off. So thinking about it, yeah, he probably is. And it's my fault for saying we should leave. Nah, apparently we couldn't have even opened the door from the outside anyway. So it's not your fault. Ah, right. There's no point in feeling bad about it. We don't have a lot of time left, so we need to focus on thinking positively about what we can do. Yeah. All I have to offer is my physical strength, so...
I got it. I'll go tell everyone else what we found. Leave the running around to me. Yeah, I'm all pumped up now. Thanks, Nagi. I'll go do that now. See ya.
Having said that, Asahina ran off at full speed. Yeah, I need to do what I can do too. That's our only way out of this. Alright, so next, I believe everything else that we have to do is just on the 5th floor now. So first off, let's go over to the biolab. I want to investigate all the locked rooms first, before moving on to the actual stuff related to the crime scene. So this is the biology lab. Whoa, that's cold! What the? This place is freaking freezing. It's a refrigerator or something. Why is it so cold? Devices of some sort line the wall. The lights on the left units are lit blue, but the ones on the right... I feel like I've seen these somewhere. Oh right, in TVs in movies and TV and stuff, especially horror ones. They're refrigerated body storage units, like you'd see at a morgue. Then, could that mean the biology lab is... It's probably a good idea to investigate this room pretty carefully. Alright, so let's check out this. There's a pamphlet or something here. It appears to be an instruction manual. Our morgue refrigerators are an environmentally friendly alternative to dry ice for storing bodies. Each refrigerator is equipped with a germicidal lamp, an ozone emitter, and an ethylene filtration system. The blue light on the side panel will turn on when a body has been placed in the refrigerator. The refrigerator will begin operation automatically. Optimal temperature and humidity settings are automatically determined, allowing anyone to preserve a body with relative ease. In the event of a malfunction, the red light on the side panel will turn on and an alarm will sound. Additionally, the exterior is stainless steel, but we also provide an optional leather sheet cover. This instruction manual is apparently for those refrigerated storage units. Alright. There's a stack of vinyl sheets here. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of these lately. I don't know, Makoto, I think we've checked out everything. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind this room is a morgue. Also, the lights on the storage units have got to be set up so that they only turn on when a unit is in use. In other words, the units with the lights on are where their bodies are. Just because they're here doesn't mean I can get all emotional. There's only one thing I can do for them. That's to knock the puppet master off his pedestal. To do that, I need to continue my investigation. Because that's all I can do for them. Anything here or no? Alright. That's all for the morgue for now. So let's go back over to the garden. It's the dojo, and gardens right across the hall. Good. I like the layout of the 5th floor. It looks really nice. Wait a sec. It's gone. Mukuro Ikusaba's body is nowhere to be found. Huh. The Monokuma flower. I heard it's true that it can consume garbage and plastic in humans. In any event, it doesn't seem to have been used in the murder, so I'll just keep my distance. There's still only 4 chickens. It'd actually be more freaky if there were suddenly 5 again. It's the control panel for the sprinkler system. 730 can't be reprogrammed, okay. And the shed. Could the corpse be in the shed? It's worth a look, I suppose. I sort of figured, but there's nothing particularly corpse-ish here. If it's not here, then where is it? Where can I find a dead body? Maybe the biolab? Anyway, I can't spend all my time thinking about that. There's something I wanted to check out here, too. That vital shit. Sure caused a lot of problems during the last class trial. Just to be safe, I should probably give it a closer look. The corpse from getting wet and sprinklers was covered with this sheet. Therefore, it's impossible there was something left here that could lead us to the culprit. But it's possible. Wait a second. I didn't notice this the first time I looked at it, but there's a small stamp in the corner. Biology lab? In other words, this sheet came from the bio lab. Alright. So let's go back over to the bio lab. Might be able to find something else there now. Actually, first I just want to check out the dojo. I think that's everything I need to check out here. Alright, I'm gonna check out the dojo. Hey, Toko. Oh, I'm so damn tired. Hey, Fukawa. What do you want from me? You want me to leave? Just because I creep you out? No, that's not it at all. I was just wondering if you'd found anything. Nothing. Not a thing. I haven't found anything. I thought, since it came up in the trial, that there might be something else here. There was nothing suspicious. Nothing at all. Give it back. Give me back my time. Relax, Fukawa. Relax, you say? Do you have any idea how I feel right now? How I feel, knowing that after this, everyone's going to mock me and laugh about how useless I am. Nobody's going to do that. My white knight will. I can't deny that. I can't stand it. My life is nothing but rejection after rejection. Why? Won't anyone accept me? There doesn't appear to be any new clues here, so it's probably best if I got here quick. Nah. Okay, let's leave Fukawa be. May I have your attention, please? You guys still hard at work? You making good progress? Well, for all you hard workers out there, I've got a hint for you. Ain't I nice? Ooh poo poo. Anyone
Anyone who wants their hint should come to the gymnasium right away. What? He just suddenly has a hint for us? I'm really suspicious. It's probably some kind of trick. I know it is, but... He said the gym, huh? Yeah, might as well go check it out. Hey, Hagakure! Nikes? What's wrong? Why are you so startled? It's nothing. Are you here because of that announcement Monokuma just made? I've already been... I'm on my way out, dude. Oh, you already got Monokuma's hint? What was it? Sorry, dude. I'm out of here! Hold on a second, Hagakure! Paying no heed to my cries, Hagakure dashed off, like he was running away from something. Hagakure? Is it just me, or was he trying to get away from me? And I wanted to ask him about the notebook in the locker room, too. Maybe he really is hiding something. It's weird. Oh well. Come on, come one, come all, I have your final hint. The envelope at your feet. That is where you will find it. The envelope at my feet? By envelope, does he mean this? Just so you know, I won't be fielding any questions regarding the contents of that envelope. What? Why? Don't mind me, don't mind me. I reached down and picked up the envelope at my feet, slightly put off by Monokuma's words. I looked inside. And there I found a single photograph. In it were faces I knew all too well. The faces of everyone I came to this school with. But wait. The girl standing behind Mizuno. She's the only one I don't Wait, no. I do recognize her! Of course. From the file Togami showed me in the headmaster's office. Huh? Mukuro Ikusaba. So she's... Why? How? Why is Mukuro Ikusaba there? No, never mind that. The fact that everyone's in the same picture doesn't make any sense. What's the uniform they're wearing? I've never seen it before. Actually, no. To be more specific, everyone isn't in this picture. I'm not. I'm the only one not there. All 15 of them, excluding me, are in this picture. But it's no big surprise that I'm not in the photo. I sure don't have any memory of taking it. And except for Mizuno, who I went to middle school with, the first time I met everyone else was when I came to Kibogamine Academy. So of course I'm not in this picture. What doesn't make sense is that everyone else is. I had always thought we all met for the first time here, but the fact that this picture exists means that I was wrong? Then they all lied? So everyone other than me... Boop, boop, boop. You plan on playing 20 questions with yourself all day, pal? Just standing there like that puts a serious damper on things. So, go on, get lost. But... As I said, I won't be taking any questions. What kind of mystery game mascot would I be if I just told you the answer? I'm not that avant-garde. Well, I'm not getting anything else from him. God damn it! In the end, all I got was a boatload of confusion. Tugging the boat behind me, I slunk out of the gym. Final hit my ass. I understand less now than I did before. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he fake that picture just to mess with my head? but it looked so realistic. It's hard to believe it could be fake. Which means, like I thought, everyone other than me. I'll ask them. That should clear everything up. No, it will! Alright, let's go find everyone else. Ask them about this picture. Togami's in the archives, so let's go talk to him first. Whew. Hey, Togami! If you've got a second, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Togami? I have nothing to say to you. Don't get all buddy-buddy with me. Ah! Togami, wait! Of course Togami didn't actually wait. He just walked off. Why? Why is he suddenly avoiding me? Strange going-ons indeed. Alright, heroes in the garden. Hey, Hagakure! Ah! Nags! What's wrong? Why do you keep freaking out every time I talk to you? Sorry dude, I got somewhere to be. Hagakure ran off like he was trying to get away from me. What the hell, Hagakure? I still haven't been able to ask him about the notebook I found in that locker either. He keeps running away. Like he's trying to avoid me. Why? Very odd indeed. I believe there's also someone in the biolab. When I returned to the biolab, the very first image that greeted my eyes was of her collapsed on the floor. What the? Fukawa? Fukawa! Are you okay? She's not dead, is she? Whoa! It's freaking Arctic up in here. I could catch a cold. You're right. Could, sleeping in a place like this. Sleeping? Oh, silly me. I must have passed out again. Then you came and found me and saw me sleeping. And yo, Johnny was all like, boy, No, it was not. Then what? Did you clam up? Did you titter like a schoolgirl? Anyway, why'd you faint? Haven't the faintest. I woke up and I was asleep. Little Miss Gloomy must have done something. That's right, when you change personalities, you don't keep the other one's memories. Bingo, we may share the same knowledge, but we don't share the same memory. But quit talking to me like that's a con or something. That's actually a pretty huge pro. I mean, come on, I can remember things she can't. It's like 2 for the price of 1. I think 1 for the price of 2 fits better. Sorry about that. Anyway, where's my boo? Tell me you're dead. I think Togami's performing his own investigation somewhere. By himself? I imagine so. I knew it, not that I had any doubts. I'm a pro when it comes to my White Knight. Anyways, gotta go. My White Knight must be oh so lonely without me. Fukawa ran off, her incomparably disturbing laugh fading to nothing as she disappeared into the hall. Crap, that's right, I forgot to ask her about the picture. Though I probably couldn't have gotten anything out of Genocider. Plus, I've got more important things to worry about right now. Like what caused Fukawa to pass out. It couldn't have just been a coincidence. Something had to have triggered it. And of course, one of the freezers is open. One of the refrigerators is open. When I was in here last, I'm positive they were all shut. That's what did it. Oh, hey, Kyoko. That's why Fukawa fainted. Kirigiri! Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you feeling better? I apologize for worrying you. No apology necessary. That aside, Naegi, this room... Yes? Looks kind of like a morgue. Yeah, it is. So I was right. Fukawa fell unconscious because she looked in that refrigerator. You knew she had fainted? Just now, I crossed paths with Genocider running through the halls. I thought she might have sneezed, but now that I see in this room, I understand what really happened. In an attempt to investigate the room, she opened that refrigerator, and, seeing the corpse inside, she lost consciousness. Always causing trouble, isn't she? In any event, we can't just leave the fridge open like this, so we should close it back up. Ah, yeah. Give me a hand, Naegi. Kirigiri approached the refrigerator and placed her hand on the door, and stopped. What is it? It seems it's a little too soon to put this body back to rest. What? Why? Because the corpse here belongs to Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba? Seriously? Mukuro Ikusaba's body is inside that storage unit. I imagine it was brought here during the class trial, as has happened every other time. So the puppet master did it? Since he didn't think we would be revisiting Mukuro Ikusaba's trial, most likely yes. In any case, I can fully examine her body. That's right, she didn't have the time to look at the body before the last trial. I'll begin my examination right away. And this time, I'll find the evidence that we need to grab the puppet master by the tail. So, what should I do? Wait over there. I'll tell you I'll tell you what I found once I'm done. Over there, huh? Hold on, another phone call. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, let's continue. Over there, huh? I recognize these vinyl sheets from somewhere. They're the same ones as the one in the shed. Plus that one was labeled Biology Lab, wasn't it? Which means the sheet used to obscure the time of death in the last trial came from this room. There's no doubt about it. I've already looked at the instruction manual. More importantly, the lights on the left units are lit blue. The ones on the right side are off. Yeah. Let's indicate which containers are in use. I need to count the one Mukuro Ikusaba's body is in. Total of... Jeez. Total of 9 units have their lights turned on. 9 lights? Let's see what Kirigiri has to say about that group photo. She was, after all, in the picture. Hey, Kirigiri, if it won't get in the way of your investigation, there's something I'd like to ask. Yes? About the announcement Monokuma made earlier. If you're talking about that hint nonsense, I didn't go. You didn't? Why not? A hint from him at a time like this couldn't be anything but an attempt to throw us off track. Furthermore, I want to solve the mysteries myself, without any help from him. Yeah, I understand that. Kinda wanted to hear what she thought, but I guess that's not happening. The way she's acting, I can't imagine she's trying to trick me. So that means the picture really is another one of the Puppet Master's traps set to mislead me. Yeah, that's gotta be it. If not, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm all done, Naegi. Already? That was fast. Taking one's time is easy. Completing a job quickly requires skill. I'll make my explanation quick, too. So, what'd you come up with? I performed a thorough investigation of the corpse's wounds and traces of blood left on the body. It's highly likely that the wounds to both the abdomen and the back of the head were incurred post-mortem. What? Because of the burns, it's hard to be positive, but I'm almost certain. So basically, neither of them could have been the cause of death. Then her true cause of death, as a result of severe damage by the explosion post-mortem, knife wound, trauma. Yeah,
Numerous wounds visible in multiple locations all on the deceased's body. That means the numerous wounds all over her body, but I thought those were supposed to be old. Nowhere does it say they're old wounds. What? The Monokuma file says these wounds were not incurred in the last few days. There's a difference? There's a big difference, simply in what they each imply. You seem to have conflicted the phrase incurred at an earlier time with old wounds. But by doing that, you've trapped yourself in a corner. The phrase old wounds implies they have nothing to do with the murder, doesn't it? And you're saying they do? But we were given the Monokuma file right after she was murdered, weren't we? So wounds incurred more than a few days prior to then couldn't possibly be the cause of death. And what if the murder itself didn't occur in the last few days? Huh? It's one possibility, is it not? One possibility. Detectives don't have superpowers. We can't just look at a crime and divine the truth right then and there. On the contrary, the best detectives consider numerous possibilities in the beginning, not ensnaring their thought process with common sense, prejudices, or preconceived notions. They then explore each and every one of those possibilities over the course of their investigation. I doubt there's much point in me teaching you how a detective thinks, but it would be wise to keep it in mind so long as you intend to continue solving mysteries. While we're at it, if there's anything you'd like to ask me about the body, you should do so now. Oh yeah, there was one thing. I was looking at Mukuro Ikusaba's profile earlier and it had her height, weight, and such listed. Height 1, yeah, you remembered all that? Those measurements match this body precisely. So, she really is. On top of that, there's also the Fenrir tattoo, so I'd say there's little room for doubt. This body is Mukuro Ikusaba's. Is that all you want to know? Yeah, I think so. In that case, we're done with her corpse. Let's get out of here. It's freezing. Hold on. Shouldn't we put her body back? I feel kinda bad, just leaving her out like this. You'd feel bad? Have you forgotten? She's one of our enemies. She's a member of Super Duper High School Despair. But she was murdered, so that makes her a victim too. Have you heard of the saying, you reap what you sow? I mean, yeah, you're right, but still. You really are soft. Unbelievably so. However, wouldn't the fact that she lent me her hand and didn't abandon me mean that she too was, in her own words, soft? And with that, we've completed our investigation of this room. From here, we go our separate ways again. Just one second. Still one more thing. Something I had to ask her about. The notebook I found in that locker room. I had to find out. Hey, Kirigiri, there's one last thing I'd really like to ask you about. And what would that be? Are you absolutely sure that you haven't made contact with your dad since coming here? What? What do you mean by that? You know how there's a locker room on the dorm's second floor, right? I do, yes. Though the lockers there can only be opened with the owner's Electro ID, no? I used the emergency Electro ID. Ah, the one in the headmaster's room. And what'd you find in those lockers? A notebook, and as far as I can tell, it could only belong to you. And what makes you think that? As I just said, only the locker's owner can get inside, no? And there's no way those lockers were assigned to us. After all, we only just recently gained access to that area. So I couldn't possibly have put anything in it. Anyway, why would I need to put a notebook in a locker? Well, yes, you're absolutely right about that. The author of the notebook refers to the headmaster as my father. Then, just maybe, those videos were the real thing, too. Videos? Naegi, it seems everything's come together, albeit in the worst way possible. What do you mean? I'm going to the locker room now. I want to confirm what you told me with my own eyes. You should take the headmaster's Electro ID. That way. Not necessary. If I'm right, my Electro ID should open that locker. After all, it's undoubtedly my locker. Your locker. If you watch this, you'll understand. What's this? DVD? 78th class Emergency interviews? I found this in the hidden room after you left. I don't have time to explain my theory in detail, so watch that instead. When you do, I'm sure you'll realize what it means. For my notebook to have ended up in that locker without my knowledge, I'm not really sure I get it. But it sounds like there's some important information on this DVD. To the AV room! One more thing, Naegi. Would you mind if I rambled at you for a bit? What about? To start from the end, I was unable to sort things out. Rather, I found myself growing less and less certain of things, including my own feelings. She's talking about her dad, isn't she? That's one question I'll never be able to answer. Not now and not ever. All because of the Puppet Master. But there's one thing that has made itself clear to me. I can't let the Puppet Master go unpunished. I want nothing more than to defeat him, and I now have one more reason for doing so. An intense flame had risen in Kirigiri's eyes. Her determination to triumph over the Puppet Master. It's odd that I would feel this way after learning of that man's death. Had he been alive and well, living a happy life, I'm sure I wouldn't have given it a second thought. So why, then, is it so hard for me to accept that that's not how it turned out? It's absurd. I don't understand it one bit. Her lips curved up into a smile, and she let out a small, sorrowful laugh. Well, that's enough chit-chat for now. There are still things left to be done. Yeah, there are. Never forget that there is only one truth. Whether it be just or whether it be unjust. Whether it be righteous or whether it be wicked. What do you mean? Even if the truth you find is wrought in despair, don't lose hope. Of course I won't. After all, my one redeeming quality is my optimism, right? That's right. Sorry to bore you with my silly rambling. Well, I'm going to head out now. Until we meet again, at the final class trial. With her parting words, Kirigiri left the biolab. I guess I should get going too. I should be able to watch this DVD that Kirigiri gave me in the AV room. Maybe the truth really is wrought in despair, like Kirigiri said. But no matter what happens, I won't give in. No matter how terrible the truth might be. There's not a chance in hell I'm letting it defeat me. Alright, AV room time. Alright. We're by the entrance hall. And AV room. Hey look, that box of the DVDs is still there. Or not. I should be able to watch that DVD here. Alright, let's give it a shot. I slid the DVD I got from Kirigiri into the drive. The video started playing, but the screen remained black. I stared at the dark screen. It was only a few seconds, I think. But to me it felt extraordinarily long. Suddenly, and without warning, the video began. Mizuno! I felt like I'd been struck in the back of the head. It'd been so long since I'd seen Mizuno's face. Let us begin the interview. I heard the voice of the man sitting in front of the camera. An adult man's voice. You'll have to forgive me. I'll be recording this interview. I'm not very good at multitasking. I'm not talented enough to conduct an interview and take notes at the same time. That man probably intended it as a joke, but Mizuno's stern face didn't budge an inch. In a way, this recording is like a substitute for a written contract. It's not that we don't trust you. It's just a precaution, so please don't let it bother you. Well then, I'll get straight to the point. You could very well end up spending the rest of your life here inside this academy. Do I have your consent? Do you have my consent? There was a clear look of uncertainty on Mizuno's face. And why wouldn't there be? There's no way she would agree to spend her whole life here. Yes. What? Thank you. And I'm sorry. I promise to do everything in my power to take care of you. On my name, as the Kibogamine Academy Headmaster. The video ended there. Well, I could say the same thing about everything that's happened up to this point. This, more than anything, makes absolutely no sense. I mean, Mizuna wanted out of here so badly. She wanted so badly to reunite with her friends and take on her dream, that she threw me under the bus. Then, why? Why would she agree to spend her whole life here? Next thing I knew, an unexpected flash of light filled my vision. The video I thought was over had resumed playing. Half reflexively, I turned back toward the screen. And what I saw there threw me into an even deeper confusion. What? It was me. I was, beyond a shadow of a doubt, looking at myself. Before we begin, Naegi, you should know that I will be recording the contents of this interview. I understand. I was sitting there face to face with the headmaster. He was talking to me. But the me watching it all take place had no memory of it happening. Never mind the interview. I had no memory of having ever even met with the headmaster. And yet... Well then, I'll get straight to the point. Naegi, you could very well end up spending the rest of your life here inside the academy. Do I have your consent? Yes. No. Way. I said yes? I'm sorry to have put you through this. What other choice do we have? As long as you're inside the academy, I will do everything in my power to protect you. As the Kibogamine Academy headmaster, I give you my word. The video cut out for a second time, and the cycle repeated over and over again. Togami. Fukawa. Asahina. And everyone else. Each and every one of them agreed to a life sealed up inside the school. Even... Kirigiri. There was a recording of her interview too. She really did meet him. The headmaster. Her dad. And she responded just as everyone else had when he asked his question. She agreed to spend her whole life here. Just as Kirigiri's interview looked like it was about to end. The power to the monitor suddenly cut out. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player too. Naturally, the video stopped playing. What the... Why did...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appear to be experiencing technical difficulties.
Huh? Technical difficulties? Now of all times?
Technical difficulties are never late, nor are they early. They occur precisely when they mean to. It's almost like magic.
That's not an accident, that's sabotage! Although, it wouldn't make a difference either way. It would just be more of the same. Headmaster asking the same question, everyone giving the same answer. Without realizing it, I let out a heavy sigh. When I did, a certain conversation replayed itself in the back of my mind. Right after I woke up, I realized something didn't feel quite right inside me. Thinking back on it now, I already lost my memories then. I had forgotten the reason I came to this academy and my super duper high school ability. But why? How could you just forget? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to believe so convenient a development could be mere coincidence. Convenient. Convenient development for the puppet master. Then all this. Did I forget too? What about the others? Have they forgotten too? Or...
For every beginning there must come an end, and with every end comes a new beginning. The night is long. The night is long that never finds the day, but the morning is black as pitch. Rainy days never stay, but I hope you like droughts. Yes, every end brings with it a new beginning. For that reason we shall meet again. After all, what is an end but just another beginning? So let us begin. Let us begin the class trial that will put an end to everything. See you at the usual spot. Whoop boop 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 boop.
It's starting. It's beginning. The class trial is about to begin. The final class trial. Where we all put our lives on the line. The final class trial. Where hope will clash with despair. All I can do is give it my best. Here goes. This is where it all ends. Whew. Whew. About time, isn't it, guys? I guess I'm the first one here. You got here quick, Nagi. You look like you're ready to go. Or something like that. What about everyone else? Any idea where they are? Don't worry, they'll be here soon. Ju's exactly right. Togami! Togami? As she said, one by one they all gathered in the foyer. But every last one of them... Asahina? Hagakure? Was dead silent. It wasn't just any normal silence. It was a silence born of distrust. The atmosphere in the room was like the day we arrived at the Academy.
Sorry to keep you waiting! Ah, my cool, hot, and sexy white knight is such a darling even when he's not talking. But have no fear, you can leave everything to me. Just to be sure, I gave these babies a little tune-up so I can rip Big Evil Boss Man a new one.
I thought you only killed man-hunks.
For my white knight's sake, I'll kill anything. Naughty bits be damned, so I'll leave it to... Achoo!
Where am I? We all feel so let down, we're at a loss for words.
Poo-poo-poo, the cast has assembled, every last pitiful, downtrodden one of you. So let's get crackin'. The final class trial, marinated in a pitch-black sauce of unparalleled despair. Climb to the max!
Yes, let's. Only this time we're doing things fairly.
This time, I don't need your slander. If there was a fairness world championship, I'd take the gold, no doubt about it. I always hit above the belt. I'll win this thing fair and square. I'll prove to all you viewers that despair is stronger than hope.
Enough with your performances. Just start already.
You got it, homie. Let's get this show on the road. I'll be waiting downstairs. So no running.
Monokuma vanished, leaving nothing but his usual cackle behind. Very well. I'll put an end to this. And soon. Togami stepped forward and boarded the elevator. Soon after, the others followed suit. Everyone avoided making eye contact, and nobody said anything as they disappeared into the elevator. Everyone's acting strange, don't you think? It's like they're all suspicious of each other. And you like you know why. Probably, yeah. But we can save that conversation for later. During the class trial. Alright, I'm prepared. Prepared to win? Absolutely. I'm glad to hear you say it. And then Kirigiri too boarded the elevator. I stepped forward. I faced the elevator and I moved toward it, muttering, "It all ends here," under my breath. I was strangely unafraid. The trembling and the nervousness had run off somewhere, and with a sure step, I boarded the elevator. It started to move, sinking straight down, deeper, deeper, deeper and deeper, and even deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, and deeper and deeper, and deeper and deeper. It sank. I brought my eyelids down over my eyes. The sound faded away, and I stood just like that, waiting for the door to open. After some time, I had felt the elevator come to a stop, and I slowly reopened my eyes. This is the final courtroom.
What do you think? The decor's pretty great, ain't it? The perfect stage on which to decide your fates. You finally made it to the last level. Here comes the long-awaited final boss. Oop, oop, oop. Since I'll be participating this time, I'd like to make use of the empty 16th seat. That being said, let's rock!
Alright, and with that, I'm ending the episode here, so next time on Let's Play DanganRonpa, we start the thrilling end to this fantastic game. It's the beginning of the end, guys. See you later.